Hi guys, today we are playing a 4 versus 4 match. This is against a team which has beaten us in last couple of matches, and we did a lot of practicing and some research on the different army combinations. And finally, after some research, we have come up with this army combination of light cavalry and cannon, which is kind of most used. But in light cavalry, we have selected Howdah as our favorite unit. After a lot of testing, we have found out that Howdah seems to be the most suitable light cavalry unit, and on the other hand, cannons will be using Dutch and Portugal. You see our friend here is purple and green are fighting on the other side. Purple has used Portugal and made a lot of organ guns, while green is India, who has made a lot of Howdah. So they were continuing the fight here, holding the opponent from this side, while I'm preparing for another attack from the other side. You see light blue and yellow. I'm yellow here playing with Dutch, and light blue is another player with Indian. I'll be making I've almost made 15 cannons now. I was planning to make almost 20 here with complete 200 population, but since the attack on the other side has ended and they actually all the 4 opponents converged on that side, so they were able to beat that attack of 2 versus 4 kind of a thing. But meanwhile, we have prepared a complete attack from this side. We will be launching this attack now instead of waiting and making a complete 200 population. So unless we don't want to give them time to come to our base and then launch a second attack. The aim here is we don't think it would be a finishing attack for them, but the aim here is to contain them and to destroy their as much unit as possible. And meanwhile, since we have aged up to 4th age, both me and light blue, so we'll give the time to our other 2 players to age up, and meanwhile if we beat their army by a substantial amount, we'll be do all the researches, upgrade the army, upgrade the plantations and mill factories and all, and prepare ourselves for a better economy and military units for that time. So the army combination here, I have some routers which are very mobile and hence very good for scouting where the enemy units are, what units they are using, where their walls are, buildings are. You see they have a lot of shrines, so they also have a line of sight. They would have seen our culverines and cannons coming. Culverine particularly I've made to counter their culverines or flaming arrow, because we have seen that if they destroy our cannons from range, then it's a problem for us, so we don't want to let that happen. As long as destroying cannons with hand cav is concerned, Howdah is one of the best unit to stop that. So that's what we are going to try. I'll keep the cannons ready to attack all the infantry units, and Howdah will counter cav. And here comes the Crusaders. They have caught my cannons off guard. Howdah was lagging behind. I lost 2 cannons, and here comes the ceasefire. That's another important thing with India. You get Taj Mahal, which is a kind of ability which if utilized properly could give a huge blow to the army units. You see almost 20 Crusaders are now kind of trapped. If we didn't have ceasefire, they could have destroyed my cannons. Now they are completely trapped now. You see almost 20 Crusaders stuck in a very small place, and Howdah won't let them move around and come to the cannons like this. You see Howdah is a killing machine for cavalry. They have huge attack and huge hit points, and then again they have special bonus on cavalry as well as artillery. Here comes the army of their blue is Spain, I think. Yeah, here comes the army of Spain. Send out some musketeers to just maybe have some line of sight and then launch an attack. Yeah, here comes the lancers, a lot of lancers, and it's mercenaries. So mercenaries give them increased attack also, but difficult with these routers and Howdah. They are difficult to take out cannons with such small amount of cap. There comes some Ashigaru and again a lot of Crusaders from other side. You see how it's becoming difficult from them to directly attack that cannons from the front. My routers are blocking that, and by the time they are going all the way round the cannons, the Howdah have enough time to kill all of them. Howdah being one of the highest attack unit, even the best hand cavalry like Crusader is unable to reach the cannons. You see we already done a lot of damage, and I have lost only 2-3 cannons. My initial population was around 160 when I started the attack. I haven't trained much, but I've got all the resources and I'm utilizing that time to do all the upgrades. I'm upgrading my units. I'm doing infantry train faster, cavalry train faster, and same with the India. India has not even lost a single unit right now, maybe a single Howdah or 2, and they would be upgrading all the units. And meanwhile, when all of them have come here and lost their army, they would be training to counter this attack. All their existing army is lost, so our other two teammates are also getting time to build their army and upgrade the units and economy. Here comes another Cuirassier wave. They have taken out some cannons here. You would be seeing some orange. So here comes two cannons are gone. Some retirees are also dying through hand attack, but yeah, Crusaders are lost again. Here comes the flaming arrow. Almost 10 flaming arrows are there, and see how fast Howdah are killing them. Even my yeah, here comes the Culverin, use of Culverin here. Two cannons again died there. Yeah, and here comes samurai from other side, and my cannons hit the samurai. All are dead in a single shot. Again a wave of 10 Crusaders. This is a third wave of Crusaders. Initially almost 20 to 30 came, then again 20 Crusaders came, now again 10 12 Crusaders came. Lot of skirmishers also there. Spain is also trying his best. So almost 3 of their players, except for India, almost Spain, French and Japan have lost all their army. They have trained a lot of army again and again lost it. They are again sending out 5-6 Crusaders. That's not gonna help, because 5 is too small to even reach the cannons with this. Again 5 lances come from the other side. My cannons have reduced. My army is almost 5 to 6 cannons left now. The flaming arrow were able to take out at least 2-3 cannons, and some Crusaders also take out few cannons. So as my cannons are reducing, their skirmishers have now started to survive and take out Howdah, but still 2-3 cannons are giving them some damage. Here comes samurai as well. So the idea here would be to just counter and kill as much as possible, and meanwhile we are ready for final another strong attack. Meanwhile they have lost their all existing units, trained a lot of units and lost it all. We have also created a hole in their wall, and yeah. So finally at this point we decided, since my cannons are lost, there's no point Howdah fighting with skirmishers. You will see skirmisher is the unit that can counter Howdah. Otherwise Howdah is a pretty versatile unit. They are not countered by infantry, because infantry is slow and they can run away from them. You will see that samurai are not able to catch them. They can even killing them from range by the time they can reach. Cavalry can catch them, but again they are very good against cavalry. Light cavalry is also kind of a okayish choice against them, but again light cavalry Howdah is one of the best, so you can't really counter them. Only skirmisher is a counter for them, but since the time I had cannons with me, it was difficult for skirmishers to survive there. Now they are getting some villager kills. Again Crusader won't be able to stop them. And my friend left few Howdahs to fight and went in to search for some important buildings or villagers inside. And you see that they are running all their villagers back to town center, and here we find even a factory. Destroying a factory here in this map particularly, I think, is more important than killing villagers, particularly because Texas has a very small amount of trees to cut wood, and by the time a game enters the end game, you start getting scarcity of wood. So factories becomes the only good source to continuously get some wood, because your villagers would be dying in the front if they are working on trees. And so we give a substantial blow here as well. You can't get the factory back. You can get villagers back anyway, but not the factory. So they lost their factory, and almost all their units are towards the back end of their map. So it will take a lot of time for them to again regroup, again arrange their villagers and come all the way to the front to maybe launch an attack on us. By that time we will be again prepared. You see my friend is now also making some Gurkhas, since he have seen a lot of skirmishers coming and samurais coming. I have also made horse artilleries. I have upgraded them all, and I have done all the infantry and cavalry train faster upgrades. I'll be preparing for the next attack, and I think the first attack was pretty successful. Do let us know, how do you think this combination has worked? What I feel is that we at least take down their complete army, and even we take down their complete army twice, because they trained also a lot of units, and we didn't lose any we didn't send any additional unit. Only the first attack of 100 population, almost military units, we killed a lot of them, and we upgraded all of them while they were busy spending resources on training more units. So I feel it was a very legit combination. Do let us know, how do you feel about this combination, and also do watch the second part, in which we'll again launch an attack, this time a more lethal attack. Instead of falconets, I'll be using horse artilleries. Howdah will be again there, and we would have all the units upgraded. And their units were not upgraded like us, because they were, you know, spending resources on upgrading them to counter our first attack. So that attack was kind of the final attack of this game. We'll come up with that part. Do let us know, you know, how do you feel about this combination, and do like and share if you like this video. We'll keep coming with more amazing stuff like this. Thank you.